John Paul II said, we should all avoid to listen to the astrology. First he said we should listen not and do not meditate. Then he said be aware of the cults. Third thing this guy said, don't look to the astrology. He's living in the 16th century thinking world is still flat and sun moves and earth is stationary. There's nothing you can do with this religious humbug. But fact is there are 7 stars retrograde. When there's no communication, doesn't matter what you try to do. Tell somebody something, tell somebody second time, same thing. Repeat it about 10 times, see if you can make it. I had a great experience today. I was talking to somebody and I said, hey, how are you? He said, what? Somebody's dead? I said, no, what do you mean, where did you hear that? You said just now. I said, God, I said, how are you? She said, oh no, I thought somebody's dead. I said, no, everybody's all right as far as I know. You can read the obituary if you want, who's dead. What you can do with people like that? You know, your anger, your insecurity, you're very proud of it. That's what I have found out in my 66 years of life. You're very proud of being insecure. You're very proud of being angry. You're very proud of being obnoxious. All this your pride is commotional, like a idiot. What that does, that kills your macular and microsystem of your brain, and you can never get it together. Then you survive only by pure ego. After a while, that doesn't even work. Marilyn Monroe last year in life was total insanity. She had no reality, no concept of reality. Finally she committed suicide. It's a medical fact. We don't meditate because we are religious. We meditate that we can live consciously. We meditate we can live alert. We don't take cold shower because it's something very special to us. It is only which opens our capillary. There's no system in the medical science which can open capillaries. And if the capillaries are not open, you cannot send the blood to these working organs. Working organs do not secrete the blood to make the chemistry of the blood. The blood inferiority makes you as an inferior human being. It's so simple, it's nothing big deal. It doesn't matter how many vitamins you take and how many tablets you have and how many things you do and how many walking and talking you do. If your glandular system does not proportionally secrete, you shall deteriorate as a human being. And I have recommended, Rosa Krishna has a book out called Glands. And last 25 years, there's no better book than that. I'm not going to write a book on that subject, it's already there. It doesn't cost, it used to be like $1.50, now they're charging $10, but still it's worthwhile. If your glandular system does not secrete, and the proportion of the blood is not according to the body identification, which word you have never heard, and your blood chemistry cannot go through the capillaries and feed every part of the organ which has to secrete in turn to give you the blood, you are caught in catch-22. Finally, your symptoms will be like this. You will be insecure and more insecure, more insecure. Moody, more moody, more moody. You will be irrational, more irrational, more irrational. After all, what is in you which can change the gears? It's your brain. It's a fight between logic, reason, your insecurity and your absolute obnoxiousness. On the other hand, it's your power to be conscious, to be alert, to be sophisticated, to be graceful. There's an equal balance. If the things are wrong, you can be right, you can win it. If things are wrong and you are scared, you will never win it. Simple. What is this dharma? What is the word dharma? Dharma is you answer the call of duty. And what is your duty? Your duty is one, to be above time and space. There's no other duty. Human duty is to be human, mentally bright. Hu means bright. If you are mentally bright, doesn't matter who you are, you shall be loved, you will have opportunities, people will trust you, people like you, people with you. If you are not, there's nothing. You think you are young, you are beautiful, you can sexually attract everybody, and when you are middle age, you are 50% off, 70% off, you sell yourself, you prostitute yourself. Will that last? No. What will not last will be your grace. If a person has a taste of your grace, that person will respect you forever. If a person has no taste of your grace, has only taste of your obnoxiousness, a relationship without reverence does not exist very long. Don't blame the woman, don't blame the man. That's a fact. Student and teacher, husband and wife, son and father, son and mother, daughter and father, daughter and mother, neighbors, officer and subordinates, executive and the employees, contractors and those who give the contract. There's a reverence, there's a trust. Where there's no reverence, there's no trust. Where there's no trust, it is already bust, no relationship. Man is a social animal. His faculty as a social animal is known. Cannot live alone. There is a test and test. Those who are loner are proportionally insane. They put a very first-class IQ man in a solitary confinement. Unfortunately, the orders were to keep him only for 2 weeks. And one who wrote, he wrote for 2 months. Man never recovered. Experiment became fatal. One mistake in your life can be fatal to your relationship. One word said wrong can trigger animosity forever. Because something you can say with utmost irreverence, the memory will catch it. There may not be reaction that moment, but reaction will be rest of all life. You want to blame somebody for it? No. You want to blame yourself? No. Then what you have to live for? Understand this word, W-O-R-L-D, is made in W-O-R-D. L is missing. And all evaluation of you is word, mantra. Your rosy cheeks, your good feature, your sexy life, your good expertise, your knowledge of Kama Sutra will not replace one wrong word spoken. Period. That's why there are mantras. That's why there are jantras. That's why there's a tantras. That's why there's a patantra. Because the bantar, the constitution of self has to be protected and have to be projected right. You want to express yourself. Is that true? That's life. But if your expression stresses the life, stress you and stress another person, there's no need of that expression. If your words cannot give somebody the trust, satisfaction, coziness, volume of effectiveness, it will not respond in communication. It will burn the bridge. It's called anger. I have quite many numbers beyond my counting. I have sat as a counselor on divorces. There's only one main cause for every divorce. Somebody has a mood to be rude without the expectation of another person. That's all. Once I sat on a divorce, her complaint was, when he's home, he's not home. When he's at work, he's not home. He's not home. He said, this woman has no dearth of spending money. Her monthly expenses is more than $250,000. And I do 2 jobs to support it. I also support my 3 children in the college. This woman has no mercy. I confronted her. You know what she said? I want what I want. I said, divorce is granted. Six years later, I found her. I do not want to describe her condition. The only thing she suggested, do I know him still or meet him once in a while? I say, yes. There can be a reconciliation? I say, no, he's happily married, he's fine, he's wonderful. He doesn't need you, not even your shadow. You're a man of God, how are you saying it? I said, I think that man saved himself. You were a constant cancer because you were the living anger. Not my fault, it was fault of my father. I said it was the fault of God, not yours. Where God gave you anger, He gave you self-control. When He gave you insecurity, He gave you grace. When He told you how to push buttons, He also told you how to soothe, nurture, and smile. I said, do you think I have a miracle? No, I have a patience. It's my job, and my job is everything goes wrong. This is my job. I have to have patience till it is corrected. Many times I fail, many times I succeed. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes very difficult. Sometimes it is impossible. Sometimes it's possible. I was told that day, Yogi ji, what is the difference between a Akal Takht Jathedar and you? I said, it's very obvious. Jathedar Akal Takht is the highest spiritual authority and worth every reverence. He is also a previous authority in our constitution. But all he can do is call people before Akal Takht, call their explanation and expel them, punish them, something like that. But I say, if somebody said, you are a Mukhya Singh Sahib and he's worth it, then he's a Mukhya Singh Sahib for his life. I said, you know, our rule is we shall never punish. We'll only bestow on people honor, we'll respect their existence, and we shall grace them. What is the purity of a Khalsa if we have to match up with ordinary commoner nonsense? The only sense we have is, we shall not let crack come on our grace. We shall not come frown on our face. If we cannot do that, we are not worth it. And earth only cares for the worth. And our smiles and our grace and our honor is the only thing which can share, if we care. If we don't care, forget it. I have gone through a period when I was a teacher of the Hollywood. They used to call me Hollywood gurus. I have everybody with me. I remember one day I decided to walk on that Duke Savage's painted bus all the way to New Mexico, because that life was not good. That life was more ugly, more dirty, more rude. It was a living insanity. But I'm very grateful I experienced it. I was in it. I tell you one story of my life which opened my eyes. I went to New York to a house. It was a big mansion. Let's not count the rooms. Dining room was almost 2/3 of this. So you can well understand proportionately. By the side of the ocean. I drove hour and a half to reach that house. Beautiful people, all dressed up. 11 family members joined there, I was number 12. We stood in the kitchen and ate because they couldn't decide on which chair who should sit. And they had an open fight, abusive open fight. Now, where I sit, one could sit on my left, one I could sit on my right. That's all it was. There was nothing more to it. Now, how many left and rights I have? So, everybody wanted to sit either on my left or on my right. So I decided, let us stand in the kitchen, serve ourselves and eat. There will be no left, no right, we'll be round. And I ate, and we gracefully left that house, and I told my driver, I said, if you get a ticket, I'll pay for it. Move. Never went to that house again. I give you a second experience as a teacher. I had a beautiful, beautiful woman who was my devotee. One day, I do not know what happened to her, she said, I'd like you to come to my home and grace my new home. What new home? You had a beautiful house. No, I have got a new home. So very affectionately I went there and found a marvelous home. I said, did you sell that? It was a very ordinary conversation. And you bought this? She said, no, I have divorced my husband. I said, what for? Oh, to have a new home, have a new big room that you can teach yoga classes, and you can move in. I said, wow, this is the only place I can move in? No, I want to serve you rest of my life. I said, I have not decided yet. I kind of felt very uneasy and told my duty person, I said, make some excuse that we can leave. Sometimes lying is a very authentic thing. But God was on our favor. A telephone call came. And Shakti said, well, there's some Indian who wants to talk to you. God provided me a way. I said, well, I'm coming to meet if they say emergency. I said, lady, excuse me, I'll talk to you later. It is 16, 18 years ago. What do you think? Teacher is a frog whose legs you have to fry to eat? What do you think? He's a junk? What's the altar? Altar is where you bow down and sit down and worship. Why? Because you bow so you can rise. Teacher is not a person. That's the altar for which you have no alternative. A person shall have good and bad, lucky or unfortunate, once a teacher in whole life for one moment. There shall be no repeat. That's what each soul was promised. I learned it very hard way. When I went to see my teacher with the pump and show and all that who I was, and when I came back there was only a white lime bucket and a bunker for me, and my first job was to clean the outhouses and water the flowers. I learned man who rules 9 villages, 7,000 men, who's a darling and charming of everybody, who's best in the whole area, deserved to be taught. I found my teacher very deserving teacher. He called me privately. He said, Bhajan, here you are to be made as a man whom time and space cannot beat. So treat yourself for that man. If you have any doubt and faculty, you can go home. There's no place for you here. I realized, and do you know the truth? I never went back home again. I served that man to my last day. Because I understood, in life what you have to learn is, when nothing can beat you, pair of opposite cannot affect you, praise and insult cannot judge you. Not only that, the praise and insult cannot judge you, but you do not judge yourself or judge anybody. I also learned there is no such thing time and space. They are interrelated. Time makes the space, space makes the time. So what that has to do with us? We are not alive subject to time and space. We are born by the will of God, we live by the will of God, and we die by the will of God. That's all we have to learn. We have not learned anything more. There's nothing more to learn. Not at all. All these relatives who torture you, and mine especially, are meant to make me holy, because they finger every hole I have got. But do you mean to say that they are not doing something right? They are doing the best. There was a time when students said to each other, we'll pack up this yogi back to India. They are still ready to pack. Lot of years ago. Once in this very ashram, in this very house, in this very roof, I met my 7 jathedars here. I confronted them. I said, I'm your teacher. What you're doing is not the teachings. It's not even human. They told me, this is America. I have to reconcile with America. I laughed. I say, I have not come here to reconcile with America. America is here to reconcile with me. We have all decided to leave. I said, you have already left. I have said, come here to say goodbye. What we can do for you, Yogi ji? I said, never show me your face again. That's the greatest favor I need. Why? I said, I'm very idiot and compassionate. I don't want to twist the hand and the will of God. You shall never meet a teacher again, and you shall die, and you shall learn from my students. In the time to come, whenever your soul shall be free and worthy to be reborn in this planet again. I say, you seven should learn one thing. The time of the age of Aquarius which is coming shall run in my name. Now please leave. There shall be a Guru Ramdas ashram. This will grow, and this will be point of reverence and reference to all souls. In 3 months they said the ashram will be closed down. It didn't. It will not. Never it will happen. Can't be. Those who left, left. Those who are right, right. Life is always left and right. I learned in the army, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. What's the difference? Some are left, some are right. Some are halt, some are move forward. Those simple commands are the most spiritual thing in the world. Right turn, left turn, forward march. You can't move, there's a wall with you. Mark time, mark. What else you want to learn? The only thing in life to learn is, let your grace command you, let time not rule you. I learned it when I was young. I want you to learn it every day. Somebody says, why you yell? I said, you can avoid hell. Why should I yell? What's wrong with me? I'm not going to go in it. I'm yelling at you. I yell so you do not drop into hell. It's a parental expression. Otherwise, why should even I speak? One person came to me and said, you are my teacher, but sometimes you are very rough on me. I said, what is the relationship between a chisel and a stone? Do they kiss each other? No. I said, they chisel each other. My job is to chisel you so you can shape up. If that is not required, there is no toll road here. Out. No, I was asking. I said, out. I'm sorry, I say, out. Out is out. You came here as a scout, you do not have manners, you do not have attitude, you cannot catch altitude, out. Three days later, his agent came. You know, people have agents. So this guy he was a very good boy of mine, good friend, and helped me a lot. He said, Yogi ji, you know, he can do for you. I say, he can do for me and do for you. Out my life, you even come to talk about him, you will be out with him. What do you want? No, I wanted to discuss. I said, there's no discussion. There's only one thing, in and out. And don't try to be a tout. Get out of my life. I made the arrangement within 15 days and bought Guru Ramdas ashram at Bruce Road. Day and night faithful worked, and we moved in. And I learned first time American economics. You great rich Americans. There was $300 payment per month because the basic amount of, I think $11,000 I had, I paid it. And then there was about some $30,000 to make it worth like as it is, somewhat not that good, little good. And there was $300 payment. 30 people wrote down on a paper that they will pay $10 a month. So it comes to 300, right? I'm yet to see that payment. I learned my lesson. I had $700 left. I started businesses. I have 14 corporations now. I pay taxes and I pay people. I fight with you sometime because I can't misunderstand one thing. You are wiser than me, all of you. You are sons and daughters of this land. You know the alleys. I never knew alleys. I never knew this land. I never knew the difference between Broadway and freeway. For God's sake, if I can survive with grace, you can survive with grace. You want to survive with your fear, therefore you shall not survive. With fear, nobody survives. With anger, nobody flourishes. With doubt, you will lose every bout of life. Jithe parang, utthe ni taram. Where there is a doubt, there is no dharma. I love you, and love has no jurisdiction. You want my love like this. He loves this. One lady, it was the funniest thing. He said, you love everybody. I said, what should I, commit suicide? I have to love everybody. That's my need, that's my demand, that's my duty. That's what I am. You are right, sometimes you are wrong. I said, this is a Mexican daily newspaper. Why don't you buy an ad there and put all my wrongs and tell the whole world? I say, I have gone above time and space. No slander can be enough. You have already slandered me enough for the last 25 years. Wax in my ears is the gruntor of all that written language. You spoke and I heard and I smiled. Well, when children do nutty jobs, all you do is just smile. What are you going to do? And sometimes to draw attention, they do. All you can do is change their diaper. That's the next day. Talk to them again. Tell them again. Meet them again. Every member of society has to live without contempt if they want to live with consciousness. Where there's a consciousness, there's no contempt. Where there's a contempt, there's no consciousness. Where there's a reverence, there's no absolute break in a relationship. Where there's no reverence, there's no relationship. Forget about break. Where there's a need and greed, there's always insecurity and anger. Rules of being sane and insane are so clear. We are all educated people. Why can we not learn? In whole Sri Guru Granth, 1430 pages, there is only one command in one letter. It says jap, repeat. Jap literally means repeat the mantra. When a bad thought comes, repeat the good mantra. Oh, I want to go and kill this person, Vaheguru. Oh, this person, I'll take his eyeballs and eat him, Vaheguru. You have to do this. I'm not telling you that your mind will not give the dirty thoughts. People think of meditation. I meditated. Listen to this expression. I'm exactly copying it now. I meditated. My dear, I was in ecstasy. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. Wow, can't tell you. And I say, the most stupid liar on the earth. Meditation is the moment you close your eyes, the shit starts swimming through. And more deeper you go, more must rotten it comes. And you have to cut it with the Guru Mantra, Vaheguru. Clean it out. Negative come, positive cuts, negative come, positive cuts. It will never become a dream or a nightmare. You will be always clean. Oh, meditation, such a beautiful. I went to meet Swamiji. I was in ecstasy. You must have been a passionate lover, and you must have a thank you are meeting Mr. George or Gringo. It's not Swamiji. Swamiji should have spanked your spine and tell you to wake up. When teachers do something, they do something. Normally they do nothing. Give somebody a piece of wood. Ask him to start kissing it. In how many kisses that piece of wood will become an elephant? Tell me please. No. You are going to taste the cutters and the little hammer, and you will cut it down and pull it off. And finally you will one day shape it, that piece of wood, into a mighty elephant with his trunk up. What will happen? That piece of wood, which is worth about $2 or $5, will become an elephant worth $2,000. Carbon has no value. Carbon as charcoal, maybe these days $5 a pound or $1 a pound, whatever you call it. Carbon as a diamond, uncut, $1,000. Diamond cut with brilliance cut and perfect, $100,000 carat. Is all carbon. It is how much pressure you can take, how much purity you can have, how much gem condition you are in, and how much standards you have that you are worth the trust. One day I'll be gone. All what I have shall belong to you. I came with nothing, I'm not going to carry anything. Within law of United States, I have protected your right, whatever you have given me. What I have earned, out of that I have given you 50%. By legally, 50% has to go my legal heirs, which I can't help. But very first day I knew, I came here with nothing, I shall leave this place with nothing. My greatest joy is that you gave me honor to serve you so that I can pass my karma on. My total punishment, even I came with a 48 years life, in my total punishment I'm 66, I'm not going home. In my previous life, I just did not teach a student. I told him, come tomorrow. I'm paying for it. That one little mistake. It doesn't matter how many good you do, all you have to do one bad. It takes 50 acres of land or 20 hectares to raise enough cows to make 5 tons of milk. It takes 1 drop of lemon, citrus, to split it and spoil it. So those of you who are thinking, okay, I have got all good karma, I want to be a good human being. No, that's not true. You have to have the strongest discipline not to be wrong. not one wrong. What is the test of it? See the situation is not disgraceful, neither for yourself nor for anybody. Keep the grace. Yes, I am a passionate teacher. I try sometimes to mold somebody's destiny. Even sometimes I try to twist the hand of God. But that does not mean I have to do it all. Yes, I love. Yes, I have a passion. But that not that I am absolutely absolute. I can absolute, try my best. It is 10% of subject, 10% of object, and 80% unknown. That's the law. You can counsel a person from heart, but you have to keep your head down, head bowed to listen to the counsel. And then you have to act. I couldn't do anybody any good, but I thought if a person is given grace and race, person can win. God-given face you had, I gave you grace and the methodology which will prove itself because it has proven itself. That's why I taught Kundalini Yoga. In 3 minutes things are done what otherwise take 20 years. Everybody told me this is wrong, it is dangerous. So I said, yeah, it's all right. Say what you want, I'll do what I know. Now we are a small community with great impact. Today the world recognizes you in a small way. Tomorrow it will recognize you all the way. I'll not be gone. Physically I'll not exist. My words will resound ever. There was a discussion that day. Some Indian Sikh said, oh, where we have gone wrong? I said, I tell you where you have gone wrong. You threw us out of your guru's houses. You made a rule of majority. We were in minority. Tomorrow when we'll be in majority, we'll welcome you again. You know what 84 years of life means in the cosmic law? Put point, put 90 million zeros. No, I'm kidding not, I'm telling you the right calculus. Put in the end 1. That's what it means. Only in the cosmos in which we move 382 miles, 0.6 per hour. And if you take the totality, it means absolutely nothing. So in the eyes of the Creator God, you have been shipped in, dipped in, and dipped back. Perfect. For you to pass a day is difficult because your eye is bigger than the third eye. Your third eye is closed and your eye, meh, like a goat, all that what you know. These 2 eyes can only read billboards, sometimes with glasses, with contact glasses, and sometimes they see nothing. You got to see something beyond these eyes. Sometimes you see beyond these skies. Sometimes you see on this earth beyond the worth. You have to know the unknown. Let's try it. Sit straight with spine straight. Take your left hand, please, put under your heart center. Take your right hand and raise this index finger. It's a very painful and difficult exercise. I will not like to recommend. If you find dizziness, please stop at the moment. And it's very simple too. It's called Jupiter breath. Look straight, keep eyes open, spine straight. Each time we bend, continuous breath is a breath of fire with index. Look in the vacuum, look in the flaw, look in the emptiness, look straight. Breath and finger must move in equal rhythm. Oh, the mouth is come on. Make the fingers stronger, stronger, and make the breath powerful and powerful. And concentrate, keep eyes open, look straight in the vacuum. You have been timed, keep going. Keep equal rhythm. Don't break it. I'll see you in 11 minutes. Make the turn of the fingers strong and the breath. Come on, don't give up. Try spine straight. You have a minute more to go. 15 seconds left. Inhale deep. Tuck the finger. Breathe normally. Hold your body straight. Especially control your spine. Don't change the posture. Become totally stiff stone people, just like statues with open eyes. You can achieve a thoughtless form if you meditate now correctly, and that's the purpose of all this. Have no thoughts. Close your eyes, relax. Put some very high tape, deck tape, singing loud like anything. They will come to normal.
गुरुदेव स्वामी परमेश्वरा गुरुदेव स्वामी परमेश्वरा Gurudev परमेश्वरा सतबुद मूरत गुरुदेव संत सतबुद मूरत गुरुदेव संत सतबुद मूरत सतबुद मूरत गुरुदेव पारस परस भरा गुरुदेव पारस परस भरा गुरुदेव पारस परस भरा परमेश्वरा
You must understand, you must be enjoying it. When we teach Kundalini Yoga, our first calling is Om Namo Gurudev Namo. And this Shabad, this permutation and combination of sound and sound current is called mantra. That's what Sri Guru Granth is all about. It is a sound permutation and combination which can move the tongue and the tip of the tongue to the upper palate to open up the chakra, Sashra. That's all about. This is, if you understand these words by meaning and by pronunciation, is enough for you to live your life happily. You don't need much. We say Om Namo Gurudev Namo, and this is the explanation of it. Some people are searching, they're finding, they're wandering souls. They shall never have roots. But trees who have no roots never bear fruit. Wandering is good for them. Some people are here, there, everywhere. They wander in relationship, they wander in market values, they market in real values, they market in themselves. They're on sale. They have a long tale to tell. They're not aware they will end up in a hell. This is not a life for long tale, a long tale to tell. This is time to listen, to be, to come out of the duality, to be, not to be. Millions of us, 5.5 million we are. Many will die like worms. Unheard, they came, they will not exist, they will go. They have lived. From first cry to be born, to the last sigh to be in a box. Is that life? No. You eat, birds eat, animal eats, fish eat. You sleep, they too. You have children, babies, relationship, they too. They are impulsive, you are supposed to be intuitive. That's the only difference. No intuition. You and that which is on four legs or two wings are same, have no difference. Absolutely no difference. You say you have a difference, that's okay. You can say anything you want. Who cares? You are different. Oh yes, you are different. In my life I met a man whom 10 million people bow in the morning to a glass of water. He's worshipped beyond doubt and beyond anything, really. I met him and we were sitting and talking. And he said, how you feel? I say, I feel very suffocated. Why? I say, you are the most stupid man I ever met, and I wasted my 3 days to a journey to you, and I am most idiot to waste that precious life of mine. I have never seen a rotten, most arrogant, most spiritually neurotic and egomaniac than you. He said, they warned me, don't meet Yogi ji, he speaks very loud. I said, somebody said right to you, you are most stupid also. In spite of the warning, you should have cancelled my meeting. So what you dislike here? I say, everything I like here, this drama, this acting, this Broadway is perfect, every surrounding is perfect. You are most inhuman. You have no sensitivity. You say, what do you mean by sensitivity? I don't understand. I like to know what you're saying. I say, it is like Ford car assembly. Everything is in a routine. There's no infinity, no flexibility, and therefore there's no spirituality. He said, but we have to exist. So be it. You have created a route and routine. My satsangis, I said, that I agree. Your satsangis are great. So, all opium smokers. So all egomaniacs. So all mad people. I say, I went to a mental hospital. The guy met me. He said, I'm Prime Minister, I'm Prime Minister. I said, you are right. And the guard told me, don't say you are right, just tell him, I am Prime Minister. He'll say, I am Prime Minister. And then he will leave you, otherwise he'll attack you. So he said, I am Prime Minister. I said, I am Prime Minister. And in 2-3 Prime Ministers I left. You are like records. Check your routine of life. Don't listen to me. Check yourself. You are like a record, disc, which has one cut. And you 5-year cycle, 3-year cycle, 7-year cycle, 2-year cycle, 9-year cycle, 11-year cycle, that's it. Same thing, same mistake, same conversation, same nonsense, same route, same routine. You will never change. So what is the easiest way to get out of that pit? You know what is the easiest way? First, not to fall in it. If you have fallen, don't come out of it. Once you try not to repeat it, you will be out of it anyway. I found that teacher wonderfully disgusting, and I told him, because everything was done for him. There was no creativity. And he admitted, he said, I don't know what I'm doing. Everything is set for me. When we were leaving, I said, I'm very pleased to meet you. He said, how come? I said, you have a lot of patience. You're a wise idiot, that's all I can say. You didn't get upset with me. He said, no, you're a precious man. I wanted to see you because everybody said he's dangerous, don't call him, don't be with him, don't meet him. I said, you know, what do I lose? I came with a lot of love and understanding. I saw everything wrong. I expressed myself in your favor. I had to use very politely, very rude and very strong words so you can wake up. You say, I've wakened. Few days later, I got a phone call. I said, what has happened? He says, I've retired. I can't live in this prison anymore. Look at it. First your soul is the prisoner in your ribcage, then you're a prisoner of your environments, then you're a prisoner of your emotions, then you're a prisoner of your fantasies, then you're a prisoner of your neurosis, then you're a prisoner of your ego. God, how many times you have to live in a prison? Is there an end to it? You're in prison of your attachment. How far and how many times? Relax. Life is a chance at a glance, get out of the prison. Give this prison back and be free. Be compassionate to yourself, be kind to yourself, care for yourself. It's a chance you got. Be beautiful, bountiful and blissful. One line can save you. Be in gratitude. One line, one word. Always be in gratitude. In the worst or in the best. I would not have been a Sikh if there would not have been one line in Sikh Dharma. I assure you. Ang Sang Vaheguru. With me and with every limb of me, with every molecule of me, with every atom of me, God is. And my gratitude for it. He's my best friend, he covers, he cares, he creates environments. He does everything. I so like him. When somebody is very obnoxious to me, I'm so grateful. Normally when I'm very upset and very torn by these people's darkness, I teach the best bright class that day. I'm very good. I go the other side. Be grateful. And understand the word grateful. It's a mantra. Great and full. As understand is under and stand. Grateful is great and full. I'm grateful that with every atom of mine, my Creator is, and I have not to find Him. I will not raise my pinky to find God. I'll sit, God has to find me. Every mother has to find the child. Mother Nature will find my needs, and my Heavenly Father will find His blessings, and life will go on. Always people ask me, why I'm so compassionate? I'm not compassionate, I have nothing to do with it. I'm selfish, I'm not compassionate. I'm very selfish. I want God to be compassionate to me, so I pretend to be compassionate. What's the big deal? It's a deal. You pretend to be compassionate, God will be compassionate. Who's winner? Me. I pretend to be kind, God is kind to me. Who's winner? Me. Fake it right, you will be right. There's nothing to learn. Do not listen to your weaknesses. I made a list this morning. My weakness is, and then I stop. I say, I have no weakness. My strength is, I have no weakness. The matter ended. What a meditation. In 1 minute I was out. I don't have to sit for hours. I didn't do one damn thing. I got up desperate. I'm not kidding with you. I'm telling you my personal thing. I was very desperate, extremely angry. This is not done, the whole thing. This vision thinking, dreams are good. But vision thinking is not, everything is before you. I said, oh God. So my weakness is, and I said, no, I have no weakness. I'm excellent, I'm strong, I'm beautiful, I'm bountiful, I am in bliss. God can go hell, I am in heavens. No, that was my prayer. Morning, I'm sharing you my first morning prayer. God can go to hell, I am in heavens. Nothing happened wrong, it was fine. Venus has gone retrograde, so I didn't have much love for anything. Big deal. Who cares? There's nothing right, there's nothing wrong. Thinking make it so. You are what you think. And my Guru Nanak said, don't think, idiot. Million thinking won't do a job. So I don't think. Somebody else has to do thinking for me. They call him God. If I fall, he falls 1,000,000 times. That's the relationship. You know what I say in the morning? Almighty, save yourself. Here I go. Learn my way of communication, at least for God's sake. Get up in the morning. You see, I'm so lazy, I put picture of Guru Nanak on the top of my roof. So when I open my eyes, I see him. Now I put Guru Ramdas on one side, Guru Nanak on one side, and Golden Temple in the center. So I put 3. I used to have those third eyes on the side, and everybody used to be scared, so I removed them. Oh yeah, everybody used to be scared. It was very good to me that God's eye is watching at me, and thank you, God. But anyway, so when I open my eyes, I look at him. I say, here I'm up, watch out, Satnam, thank you. What a relationship. He likes me, I like him. You great hustle. Why Guru? Why Guru? Are you a locomotive? What are you doing? Finding God. Be so beautiful, God should find you. Be innocent. Be nice. When somebody asks me, which movie you went? I say, what movie? Then I realize I went to movie. If I say what movie, the person is going to get angry. What is talking about? What is hiding? I say, oh yes, there was a movie. Actually, sometimes I go to a movie just to relax and be myself. It's a kind of dark room. Nobody talks. If you can control your snoring, it's one of the best places. For $7 you have fun. And somebody buys my ticket, I don't have to bother. It's good. Popcorn's free. Drink your Coke, eat your popcorn, and close yourself and go. Hour and a half is a good time. What happens on that white curtain, that happens in life. Neither that's real, nor this is real. There's nothing real. But don't say anything like that. Just say it's all real. And get out of here fast. Moment say it is not, everybody's trying to prove it is. It's not, it is. It is not, it is. What are you going to get in the seesaw? Nothing. It's not. Somebody once said, I have intuition. I said, what? I am leaving. I said, good. You have any advice? I said, no. I have intuition, no advice. Go. Go. Came back with 1.5 leg, you know. He lost half of his leg. And he said, you knew about it? I said, yes, I saved your one full and one half. You were supposed to lose 1.5 leg. You only lose half. I said, you remember that day we had a conversation? I told you what you're doing is not correct, and that will restrict your movement on earth, and your ugliness is your enemy. Do you remember that? Yeah. I said, now, God has made you handicapped. Save yourself. God makes people handicapped because they don't listen. His will. They're blinded by ego. It's not fair. It's not fair that you are angry at other people. It's not fair that you are not nice to other people. There's only one relationship where you can react if you are admitted teacher of that person. Otherwise, let things go. They all will reach their end. What difference it makes if somebody makes in this life or 327 incarnation after this? Big deal. I wrote a letter to the Sikhs that day. I said, you came to America, you bartered your beard for sake of bread. Eat bread and shave beard, and I promise you it will grow and grow, doesn't matter what you do. Somebody called me and said, why don't you tell others? I said, others I don't tell. You I tell. For you it was a dharma, for others it's choice. How can you leave your house without a full regila? How come? You have to face the day. That's the face of the day, is the face the light. Face the light, being bright. Everything will come to you. Make up your mind. Don't stay behind, face the day. And face the sun's light with being yourself bright. You will never go wrong. You in an army, what we do? When we are very tired, oh God, you do not know tiredness. We are tired. We are really tired. We can't drag our boots. Really tired. Legs don't lift. We can't move. We are in company of 1200. We can be ambushed any time. We got to make it to a safer place. We take a risk. We start singing and whistling. And we make it. Life is just singing and whistling and dancing and going, being cheerful, not being frightened. Hey, do the birds have mouths? Yeah? They have mouths, air-conditioned mouths. Don't they live? I tell you, you people, you think you are great, you can't make a home like a bird. None of you can do it. twig by twig, with no hands, they make a nest, soft, warm, and pretty. At least they teach their children how to fly. You don't. They never divorce till their children can grow and fly. They're not like you. You can learn from them. God, once I asked, hey God, why you produce everything, all these trees and all these things and all this? What we can learn from them? He says, Yogi, you have learned from your cherry tree, very good. Cherry tree, with cherries or without cherries. It is always cherry tree. Human is a human, with virtues, without virtues. With virtues, fine. This season they told me, we will have no plums. They all got frosted away. But plums are plums. They got frosted next year. But at least plums remains plums. They are not like you, sometime human, sometime animal, sometime idiot, sometime devil, sometime creeps. How many names you change? Simple life has a simple challenge. Don't get into the indulgence of to be, not to be. Just be to be. You will be enlightened. You will be prosperous. You will be gracious. Everything will come to you without asking. Bin bolya sab kuch janda, without uttering a word, God knows. He's your creator. To be, age of Aquarius. Shanti, you have a poem? Huh? Did he ship you? Come on, read his poem. You will hear now the poem of Guru Tej Singh Khalsa, the commanding officer and good man, under study.
To tell the truth, Guru Tej Singh Khalsa. You called me late one January night. When fatigue had sucked the life from my blood, I lay in the darkness, more dead than asleep, while drifts of dreams began to occlude the fragile connection with earth that I keep. Then the telephone startled me with fright. Your familiar voice was warm through the wires, and from my solitary void drew me out. I felt cold as we spoke, sitting in the dark. But then, when the moment came, you didn't shout. But though you asked softly, it found its mark, and my heart seized as though pinched by pliers. In each life comes a critical moment when we face that transitional point in time, the chance to transcend instinct and reason, and that particular moment was mine, on that silent night in the cold, dark season, and the truth bound me to you like cement. I told the truth when you asked me that question, though like lightning a lie crossed my mind, but Guru's grace gave me the strength to speak, and though painful, no regrets do I find, though afterwards in the dark I felt weak at that solitary moment of confrontation. I do not claim to be a hero today, yet by the code of the warrior that night, I did what was honorable for duty. What I did, though simple, was right, and in that action I found great beauty. This is the dignity of the Guru's way. I will be grateful for all of my days that you gave me that most difficult test, the chance to face the challenge of time, then bring out my noble self the best, and save my sacred honor from the grime. I will be grateful all of my days. What did he do?
It is my privileged moment in life between 1 and 2 of a local time of people I call. At that time neither they are asleep nor they are awake, nor they can lie, nor they can speak truth. And sometime I'm soft, sometime I'm hard. But if a telephone call can invoke this poem, it is a lesson to us all. I feel missing something. You must have not have it even. What is the life that you don't have one man in life who can call you and call you to answer? You're so rejected, so renegade, so lonely, so unloved, so desperate that you not have one relationship. That somebody enough in life can call you to answer and you can't refuse. You can't lie. You have to be. With me is a great experience. That's the little voice of my consciousness, enlightened and invoked by the Guru's grace. And God is my witness. I also, like a good student, answers it truthfully. And I hope you can do the same. With thousands of your relationship and sensual and sexual feelings and fantasies and imaginations, power and wealth, understanding and everything else, you have no one to call you, and no one strong enough, straight enough, and powerful enough that you cannot lie. That's called teacher. May the long Blessed is breath of life. Blessed is the prana and the Pavan Guru. Blessed is the daylight and blessed is the darkness. Blessed are all those polarities which keep me going through the breath of life and the moment of compassion, kindness and caring. Blessed is that personality in which I can humble myself to serve without knowing the unknown in everything which I see, which I know. Sat Nam. Tomorrow we'll teach the other part of it, and class may get longer, we may even start earlier, and whatever, we end up finishing. Then Wednesday I had a mind to go to Los Angeles. I have not yet decided, but I'm trying to cancel the trip. My secretary, chief of staff, has already cancelled it. The alternative is there's going to be a weekend this weekend, and we are taking all our jeeps out to the muddy river, to the place where there's just nothing but trees. It's called Tree Yatra. And we'll try to build an environment in which we want to go with absolutely like scouts. And I have pretty good experience. I was a rover myself. And I know that life too. If that scheme comes out, we'll start at Ambrosial Hour and take a track and get down to some muddy stream streak somewhere up with the polluted environments which look green and lush and look very cozy, and stay there among the coyotes and hyenas and mountain cats and all that stuff, and try to see to come back in one piece after 3 days. Isn't? What weekend is this? Memorial. So if we'll not come, we'll be a memory. So a lot of schemes and ideas are floating, and tomorrow is the only day you can do it. And if I did not cancel my trip, Wednesday I'll be gone. And if I did, it'll be fun. So if you have any funny idea which can make this memorial weekend memorial, you are most welcome to call my chief of staff, Ranjan Kaur Khalsa. She is a superhuman being. There are two types of Catholic in the world. One who belong to the Inquisition party and one who belong to the guild. She's in between. So, if it'll be a real good idea, we can have a fun as a family. You are all invitedly uninvited. It's a camping trip, not a love and romance and emotional trip. And the place we want to find is which has a lot of mud. Lot of mud, so that we can put all the mud on ourselves. We put it anyway. But let us see when we put all mud, how do we look in the mirror? And then we like it or not. Later on we'll decide it when we come back. However, this is one idea. Second is to go to Guru Ramdas Puri and put up your tents and stay there without moving. Stay there, period. Dance, do everything. We have some facilities. Third is don't go at all. I am exercising very much these days. I go from dome to wrench and wrench to dome. It's a very long distance. It is like going from America to Japan and Japan to America. Two different atmospheres, different hemispheres. You don't understand. One day you will. Every step is walking from North Pole to South Pole and South Pole to North Pole back. That's called steps. But you unconsciously take them, you don't understand. One breath is in, out. Once it is out, and not going in, you don't exist. But you don't believe it. When your breath is out, you think it's going next minute in. When it doesn't happen, they call you dead. Yeah? You great listener, great talker, great seeing, great gossiping. There's no greatness left. It fell because there was no breath in. Realize every moment of life is just worth enjoying. Love it to exalt it. Somebody once said, "How I can be great?" I said, "Don't try, just exalt yourself. Greatness will come to you." "Are you sure?" I said, "No, greatness, I've seen it running around. And it met me on a corner and said, 'Yogi ji, is there somebody exalting which I don't know?' I said, 'Not yet, hold on.' Actually, greatness, opportunity, wealth, happiness, all miracles are seeking one who's just innocently is exalted or knows in the moment that one life is to exalt oneself for honor, for grace, and for answering the call. You want to solve every problem of your life? Answer every call of life. You'll never be in trouble. Well, if I come to teach tomorrow, we'll talk more, okay? Satnam, go home. Thank you. Oh, there are no cookies, but somebody has brought this fruit. Can it be distributed? I like to share.